Howdy, folks. Big Ed Barnham here from Big Ed Barnham's Bauble Barn and Garden with a very important message for you. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. It's 5 o'clock right here. It's 5 o'clock right now. You're on Facebook. You might be working at home. You might not be working. You might not be wearing pants. None of that's important. What's important is that you're here for happy hour. Now, I'm just gonna wait before we leap into this with both feet. I'm just gonna stick a toe in, just make sure we got a video signal and an audio signal. I hope everybody can hear me. Looks like the top of my head's being cut off. Anyway, I'll start again. Hey, folks, Big Ed Barnham here from Big Ed Barnham's Bauble Barn and Garden. There's nothing like a false start. It's sort of like, yeah, let's get this thing going. Boom, it's 5 o'clock. I'm into it. It's 5:01. I'm into it. Oh, let's start again. Howdy, folks. Big Ed Barnham here from Big Ed Barnham's Bauble Barn and Garden with a very important message for you. It's time for the Artslandia happy hour. You know, I'm a little nervous with Jimmy Herod and the June Bugs kicking this thing off Wednesday and last night. You know, the bar has been set pretty high. I figure worst case scenario, I'll just walk underneath the bar. I'm not very athletic, so leaping over the bar, if I leap over the bar, it won't be graceful. I don't know what I'm talking about. Actually, I do. I see the chat going on already. Folks can hear me. My head looks fine. Well, maybe on the outside, but emotionally, whew. Anyway, I promise I won't be doing any of those type of whew. Boy, that's a doozy. I won't be doing any of that. Or long pauses. Anyway, it's Friday. I know I've said that 3 times already. It's time for happy hour. You know, most of the time when people are enjoying happy hour, whether they're imbibing spirits or beer or whether they're maintaining their sobriety, it doesn't matter. People can enjoy happy hour however they want. My hands just made that noise. Hands down. Hands down. Oh, I forgot to mention, my co-host tonight is my next-door neighbor, 2 houses down, Tub Doherty. Yep. His wife kicked him out of the house. I don't know why. It has nothing to do with any of the stuff that's going on right now. Well, rightfully so. Yep, I would have kicked you out too. Anyway, Tub, actually, Linda, I have tried the beer. So if you don't know me, we'll get to that in a minute. But tangents and tangential conversations and explorations, that's part of what you signed up for. I was talking about happy hour and what people may or may not be drinking. I'm drinking 2 things because I'm not happy unless I'm just hammering my liver. I'm drinking the Artslandia Wit, which is a deliciously light Belgian. I think it's an ale, technically. And I was sipping this right before I started. I know today is the first full day of spring, but this thing tastes like summer. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just telling you, it's got a little bit of fruitiness to it. I'm going to try not to get too wrapped up in... the Q&A's already started. Yes, Nicole Lane, you do see 2 canned hams. 2 DAC celebrity canned hams. The finest canned ham Denmark has to offer. More about that later. The other thing I'm drinking is Elijah Craig barrel proof bourbon. And when they mean barrel proof, when they say barrel proof, what they mean is it's the proofage literally as it comes out of the barrel. And I'm going to slide this. I don't know if this will work or not. This thing is 100 here. I won't. Just take my word for it. This thing is 136.8 proof. So if you want to burn the neighbor's barn down, you should probably try and work out whatever issues have led to you wanting to burn the neighbor's barn down. But if diplomacy fails and you really want to burn the neighbor's barn, I know the folks at Artslandia had no idea that this was going to take an arson turn. But if you want to burn down the neighbor's barn, that. Actually, I just wanted to say that again. If you want to burn down the neighbor's barn really fast, just pour some of this around. Although that's an awful waste of bourbon. So that's what I'm drinking. And at 136.8 proof, you want to put a tiny bit of water in it, unless you like an ulcer. I don't know if you heard that noise. There's either a woodpecker somewhere on the street, or someone with some sort of jackhammer. I don't know what that is. Mike Webster, I would spin the ham on the fridge, but the batteries are dead. Which is why I promoted one of the canned hams up to the front. Oh, I realize the Artslandia banner there is blocking it, but that's the canned ham in the front. You know what they say: canned ham in the front, canned ham in the back. That's a full load. I have no idea what that means. Sometimes I just like riffing on words. What's that? Tub will possibly say some inappropriate things. I apologize for that in advance. So let's see. I don't know quite what we have, and I see a lot of folks chatting, and that's one of the other things that you want to do when you're having a happy hour. So what awaits you is sort of like a Max Headroom moment there, only neurologically induced more. His was digitally induced. I'll slow down. Big Ed's wife is from North Bend. Yes, that is correct. All right, I'll focus. Here's what you're going to get in this happy hour. You're going to get a poem, and it's not a dirty limerick. So Nicole, Ashley, Misty, it's not a dirty limerick. So one poem, one song, some jokes, some springtime jokes. None of them are puns. I would never indulge in punnery. Let's see. I'm going to cheat here. A bit of a moment with some art that I discovered, and a very serious issue that I discovered with this particular art. I'm just looking through here. Oh, I see the word slideshow, which is what I'm going to kick things off with, because I know a lot of people probably don't know who I am or what I do or anything like that. So I think, what am I doing during the quarantine, Ed? I read the comment like I was the person saying it to myself, and I said, what are you doing during the quarantine, Ed? I've been doing quite a bit of reading. Let's see, a little bit of drinking. I swear, if I sneeze, it's allergy season. I know there's a lot of stuff going around, but allergy season's there as well. And I'm allergic to everything, including the cold. Yes, cold allergy is a real thing. Anyway, I'm allergic to everything on the planet, and my hay fever's going on a little bit. So I'm going to kick things off with a slideshow, which is going to explain a little bit about who I am and what I do, and I'm going to try and get the picture-in-picture. I'm going to try and nail this picture-in-picture thing on the first go. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Big Ed Barnham and introduction. Folks, I am Big Ed Barnham. I am the owner and operator of Big Ed Barnham's Bauble Barn and Garden. We sell all kinds of ornamentation and decor for your lawn, your garden, your double wide or ranch style home. Maybe you just want to plant some new flower beds, and you want something to embellish and celebrate that with. Maybe you have just a little bit of a breakfast nook that you want to countrify. We have all kinds of sensible solutions for that at Big Ed Barnham's Bauble Barn and Garden. Well, what kind of things are you talking about, Big Ed? Well, I'm talking about, we have a lot of high-class, long-legged birds. I'm talking storks, pelicans, flamingos. We have all those. And yeah, we have those as well. A lot of high-class long-legged birds. And you know what I like to do? This is actually a photo of my lawn. I like to put 300 of these out in my lawn. Take off my shirt, which my neighbors don't approve of. And speaking of shirts, I'll talk about the Artslandia shirt in a moment. I like to put a bunch of these in the yard, take off my shirt, and then I'll just lie in the grass. Excuse me here, Tub. I just like to lie in the grass and spread my wings and pretend I've taken flight to some exotic locale like Mazatlan or Acapulco. But folks, don't let my imaginary travel plans dictate where you go. You can pretend to fly wherever you want to with these high-class birds. One of the other things that I'm really proud of is we have some of the hardest working Demi-Humans that are available. I'm talking garden gnomes, lawn jockeys, wrought iron sculptures of cowboys with their hat. You know, they're sort of tipping their hat to you like, "Howdy, man." Whether you want these folks to help around the garden, cleaning your gutters, looking out after your tomato plants. There's some. I realize this is Rory, and I realize he doesn't look. He doesn't look very busy here. He's a manager, so just every now and then, he pretends. Hopefully, I didn't just lose all the managers in the house. It was a management joke anyway. That's Rory. Something else that we have. I actually have an example over here, but I'm going to have to navigate some bottles and stuff. Here. Let me navigate this glass. We have a lot of reflective orbs. I said I was going to move that to make a little room. Just making sure. Don't want to knock anything off. We got a lot of reflective orbs. I'm just going to pull this one in here. Excuse me, Tub. Now, a lot of people, when they hear the phrase reflective orb, they just think it reflects light and whatever, image might be around it. You look at it. I'm looking at this one right now, and I can see myself. But these are also self-reflective in that whatever you have going on emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, if you're like me and just have a dark abyss inside your soul, you're going to be staring at that abyss when you look in one of these reflective orbs. And I'm telling you, put these in your backyard because what's in your reflective orb is your business. And in the backyard, it's safer than if you put it in the front yard. And you know how neighbors are. And I was going to say something else. You can lose a whole afternoon with one of these and not even realize it. In fact, I'm trying not to look at this one. I looked at not my current wife, but my first wife. I was going through a divorce and just a lot of self-reflection and everything. Some friends had to come over and they said, Big Ed, you've been staring at this thing for 2.5 days. We're worried about you. It was like I was in a trance. So we have a lot of reflective orbs, and we have them in all kinds of colors. We also have a lot of cherubs. These are frankly just a nuisance. In fact, I sell them all the time. People bring them back because once these guys start drinking, they just start peeing everywhere, and it doesn't matter. I've told people if you're going to bring them in the house, put some plastic down. Put them next to the bathtub. Put down a litter box. You're going to be scooping a lot of litter, but these guys are just a nuisance. This was the one here in the picture. His name's Chaz, and I'm telling you, it's just more than I can take sometimes. These guys, I know they're supposed to be angelic and they're all around us, protecting us and all that kind of stuff, but they are a pain in the butt. Let me tell you that. Let's see. A lot of folks come in to Big Ed Barnham's Bauble Barn and Garden. They take a look around and they say, "My God, Ed, you've got everything in here." And I have to say, no, we don't have everything. One of the things that we do not have are Dreamcatchers. I took an anthropology class in college. Yes, I went to college, and I took an anthropology class. And if I learned anything, it's that you do not want to mess with the mystical sleepscapes of indigenous peoples. Plus, you your dreams are a reflection of what's going on, sort of like with your reflective orb. They're your thoughts and your fears and your hang-ups. It's your subconscious expressing itself. So don't let that stuff get caught up in a dream catcher. Just let your dreams come and go, even if they're nightmares. Even if they're nightmares. I don't know what any of that means. Maybe they could water the tomato. That would be good. I apologize. I should be checking in with chat a little more. Canned ham in the front, self-reflective orb in the rear. I think somebody knows how to travel. Somebody knows how to travel. I don't know. I'll stop doing that voice. Folks, I'm not going to lie to you. I am filthy rich. I'm not. I'm moderately comfortable. So a lot of people come in and they say, Big Ed, what do you do with all that money? How do you give back to the community? How do you stay grounded? Well, I'm very proud that we run the Pacific Northwest's only wind chime notification registry. Folks, we all know that wind chimes let us know where the crazy people live. So when one of those yahoos comes into Big Ed Barnham's Bauble Barn and Garden and buys a set of wind chimes, we publish their name and address. So you can look them up and find out, where these folks are living. And yes, I've heard it many times, the wind chimes are a clear indication of where they're living. But with the wind chime notification registry, you can download that data and load it into whatever geospatial simulation you're trying to do. Correlate it to census data, whatever you want to do with that information. It's entirely up to you. I'm just going to take a little sip of my go-go juice, my barn burning juice, my hootin' and hollerin' sauce. Anyway, just realized I have the attributions for these photos on the bottom of the slide here. Trying to think of what else I might have going on. I actually forgot what my next slide is. I am Big Ed Barnham. I'm also a paid endorser for the DAC Celebrity Ham Company. It's actually the Atalanta Corporation, not to be confused with Atlanta. The Atalanta Corporation. DAC Celebrity Canned Ham. It's the finest canned ham Denmark has to offer. And I'm modestly paid in product to say that. It's known in Denmark. It's known as the electrolytic ham because the brine is very salty. If you have spent way too much time drinking and you roll in at 3-4 in the morning and you've already got your hangover going, just crack open a DAC Celebrity canned ham, and it's best if you don't eat the whole thing unless there's a nurse, available to help you. And if you get in trouble with this thing, don't let the doctor know that you ate the whole ham, because they'll just look at you like, you don't. When you're hungover and you've eaten a canned ham, the last thing you want is the judgment of a medical professional staring back at you. Save that. Self-disgust and whatever. It's taken a dark turn, hasn't it? Anyway, DAC Celebrity Canned Ham. That's the end of the slideshow. I just wanted to let you know a little bit about who I am and what I do. And yes, if you're interested, there's a 45-minute version of the slideshow. I realize my table's making noise. 45-minute version of the slideshow. And if you want to engage me in a day-long summit of thought leaders and whatnot, I don't even know what I'm saying. I was going to try and make a joke that you can hire me for $25,000 a day. And by day, I mean 10 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and then I take the 3-hour lunch, and then I come back at the end of the keynote at the end of the breakouts. I don't know. There was a conference joke there I was trying to make, and I didn't make it. What's that? Oh, speaking of jokes, I'm sorry, Tub. I'm sorry. I just I get wrapped up. I meant to. Did somebody say more cowbell? We've got one. And then he turned into a prop comic. Sorry. It's just I saw cowbell and I thought, yeah, we got one. I used to do this thing where I used to have a sketch where I had to wear a dancing bell, and I was allowed to dance until the bell started ringing because of my body gyrations and whatever. But when I heard the bell, it meant I was dancing too vigorously, and I had to stop. It was like a footloose. It was dumb. Anyway, that's a tangent. Jokes. It's the first full day of spring, so I got some jokes. Tubbs, you have some jokes? Are they clean? All right. So here we go with some jokes. I think we got about 2 ounces of jokes here, and we got about 3 ounces of fire. I have no idea. This is why I need somebody in the room. And when I go on a tangent, they could say, "Bring it back, Ed. We're over here. We're over here." So that's the slideshow. We still got the jokes, the poem, and the song, and there's something else that. Can you make your screen bigger again? Yes. Thank you for holding me to account. Let me see if I can go beep, burp, 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 burp. How's that? Thank you for the feedback. I would have gone for another 15 minutes before. This has never happened. I've never streamed and been on mute for 15 minutes and then realized, nobody's heard me. Joke number 1. I shouldn't say how many jokes there are. It's springtime. Duh. That's probably what somebody said. I have no idea how many people we have watching. Now I do. Thank you for joining us. If you're joining us and like, who in the hell is this jackass? I'm Big Ed Barnham, and this is the Artslandia happy hour. And yes, there'll be a serious moment, or will there? Anyway, evergreen trees might like the winter, but for those trees that lose their foliage, spring is a great relief. That didn't work. I was trying to do that David Letterman thing. Anyway. What do you get when you dump your Easter eggs on a hill? A spring roll. That one had a lot of airtime. Let's see. Hang on. Here we go. What's that? Oh, you weren't... I'm sorry. I just thought you were making a joke. So Tubb says he has some jokes. Are they clean jokes? All right. Well, we'll do these. You have... Okay. Hey. It's my... Hey, it's my favorite time of the year. The birds are singing. The bees are buzzing. Ah, the joys of sting. The joys of sting, building a fortress around the heart of your lover, and then writing a creepy stalker song when you're divorcing her. That's a Police Sting reference. What? Oh, speaking of music, can you guys hear the table? All right. What's the best place to hear music this time of year? A Springsteen concert. There's probably a much younger artist that all the kids know and listen to. Hey! Hey, if you're a housekeeper, what do you call it when you lose control of your cleaning cart? A spring careening. Yeah, that one was dumb. Why was the college student's mattress uncomfortable? No, this is not a dirty joke. Why was the college student's mattress uncomfortable? Because he had a spring break. See, there's nothing dirty about that at all. Let's see. That's the That's the end of the puns. You have, all right. Well, where are they? They're on the back. All right. So Tub wrote a joke. Why hoard toilet paper? Come on. This is, there's two things. Topical humor is just always. Why hoard toilet paper when you can just? I'm not reading that. No, I'm just not reading that. I'm not reading that unless someone says we want. No, I'm not doing that. Time for a sip. Indeed, time for a sip. Little hootin' juice, hollerin' sauce. What else can we do it? Something hooch. I don't know. Hijinks hooch. How many H descriptors can we put on whiskey? All right, let's see. Some folks have said read it. All right, I'm not sure. Why hoard toilet paper when you can wipe on the sleeve of your enemies? This is Tubbs' joke. What do you mean you have another one? I don't know. Let's see. My kind of guy, whiskey with a beer back. As I like to call that, it's just like lunch. If I ever opened a food cart, I think it would be a shot and a beer and a salad. And you just show up and you get a beer, it's literally what it says. A shot and a beer and a Cobb salad. Actually, I am going to read this one. Dark, yeah. What do you mean you have another one? It's another hoarding toilet paper joke. Let's see. All right, so here's a joke that I wrote. It might sound a little dark at first. My father died at 52. His father died at 52. I'm about to turn 52. So, and I just will say this, and then we'll move past it. If I were to pass away on this stream right here, right now, please go out and spread the word that I died doing what I loved, lying about how much brisket I had for lunch, because I'm going to have dinner with my wife here pretty soon, and when she asks, I had the lettuce wedge with a light vinaigrette. She doesn't need to know about the Cobb salad with a pound of brisket. Anyway, that's what I would love for lunch. Hey, Nate Crosby, Tom Mounsey, Kate Garrison, where are you? Oh, are they not here? Well, we can wait. We'll wait. What do you mean you have a third one? That you realize these are not jokes about hoarding toilet paper. These you're in timeout. Tubbs in timeout. No, you just sit over there and I know why your wife kicked you out of the house now. So let's see, where are we? Jokes, that's the jokes section. We've had the slideshow. We have the poem. We have the song. I should explain, one of the reasons why there's no dancing on the stream is Misty gave me a t-shirt. I appreciate it immensely. However, I'm not called Big Ed Barnham. I'm not called Big Ed Barnham for sure. I'm not called Big Ed Barnham because of my sleek swimmer's physique. You may notice that I don't have that. So if I were to dance, so it looks like this shirt fits, and I like the shirt. I like the design. It kind of looks like a, co-ed collegiate kind of, track meet kind of a shirt. However, if I were to dance in this shirt, it would ride up pretty quickly, and you would all see what Big Ed looks like when he's wearing a halter. So that's the reason there's no dancing. And I'm just trying to think what we're going to move to next. We're going to move to a little bit of art. I was in a show recently where, and this is a real show, that some folks over at another, I'll just say it, the Kickstand Comedy Space, they do a show. Part of the show is you go to the, I've been saying, how many times have I said, Has anybody been counting that? Hope not. I was in a show where you go to the Goodwill bins out on Milwaukee, and you spend a little bit of money. Everything there, and I'm not making this up, is sold by the pound. And the more you buy, the cheaper the rate. And I think it's literally, you can get to a point where things are like $1.50 a pound, something like that. Emily, I tell you what, if you want to see the halter and the cowbell together, I need a few minutes to think of what charitable organization and what the donation amount needs to be for that to happen. People are saying shots. So I went to, you also create a character for this show. I'm going to go a little picture-in-picture here again. That looks awfully hot on the screen. Hopefully this will fix it. Oh yeah, let me turn off the, let me go to that camera there. Hang on, we're going to go solo here. And then we're going to turn off the exposure for a second. There we go, that looks a little better. And I'll relock it here. All right, let's go back to this. So I was in a show where you go to the Goodwill bins and you buy stuff. I found some artwork, and I decided to create a character for this show, because that's part of the show as well. You create a character. And because I found lots of art from a single artist, I decided that I would create the character of a gallerist. Someone who's collecting art and displaying in a gallery, all that, and discovering new artists, all that kind of stuff. None of that's important. But what I did find is 3 pieces of work from someone, I'm just going to say their first name, Amanda. And I will say that this person in 1996 did not live in Portland, but they live in Portland now. And this might sound a tiny bit creepy, but not because of anything I did really, but because of the fact, and I'm not going to do this in the close-up, if you donated something to Goodwill and you have the documentation from 1996, which has your phone numbers, your parents' information, your address. By the way, Amanda was in 4th grade in 1996 when she submitted this to the. This is an official entry to the National PTA Reflections Program. This entry form is on all 3 pieces of art. Don't try and blow that up later. But I just found it amazing that this stuff was there, and then I was 5 seconds later kind of horrified that Goodwill didn't take a lot of personally identifiable information off the thing. So I have Amanda's entry from academic years 96 to 97, 97 to 98, 98 to 99. Wait, our Amanda? That would be really weird if someone watching this named Amanda said, "Wait, 24 years ago I was in 4th grade," and anyway. I just wanted to share this. Oh, and by the way, wouldn't it be great? So this is 2 hands holding the world. Wouldn't it be great if we could hold the world in our hands? And I have to say, I like the idea, but I have a feeling that my pants wouldn't fit. If I was large enough to hold the world in both hands, I don't think my pants would fit anymore. And maybe that's not the point. Anyway, I'm not really sure that was anything worth sharing, but there you are. I'll put this back here. Oh, I only have, this is a real thing, folks. I have other pieces of her art. And I think, I'm not sure how I would do this, but I really think I might do a stream in the future. And I don't know how much of this would be a cold call, because it's sort of, it's bordering on stalking and invading someone's privacy, courtesy of Goodwill, of course. I would like to, my idea was like reuniting this person with their lost art, and hopefully those 3 years of their life not being some awful traumatic time that Yeah, I thought perfect stuff. Actually, if it was a traumatic time for her, I could reunite her with her artwork and maybe sell her a self-reflective orb. What's on the fridge? The Portland curbside guide, so I know when to set my garbage out. A couple thank yous. There's this. I'm just going to tear this shed apart. Was that too angry? I've got this little book from a local artist, Erica. I think it's Erica Ryer, Rier. I just like little zines, little coloring books, things like that. I like geeking out with homemade books, homemade journals, zines and whatnot. Oh, and some birds that my wife did some coloring for me. Just like Anyway, let's see. We're about 37 minutes into this. I feel like we're running a little bit long. I'm fine with that if you're fine with that. I do have a poem, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do a song. If you're talking about Erica Ryer, she has a couple of small books out. And I think I'll put it in the comments after I'm done streaming. I think it's ericaryer.com, I think. What's on my hat? It is essentially yellow mustard condiments. I also need a damn haircut, which is a little tough right now. Poetry. I love it. In fact, I didn't ask Misty or anybody about self-promotion, but I will just say in April is National Poetry Month. Every weekday in April, I will be releasing a small video, not of my poetry, but of poetry that I've discovered, new poetry, old poetry, and for the month of April, that's a small video that you can look forward to daily. End of self-promotion. Let's see. I'm pulling up a preview here so that I can read it. I'll put it up on the screen for you. Oh dear. I'm glad you're not looking at my screen now, because I just pulled up whatever Apple shortcut for his, oh yeah, open up everything. I just hit it. Nothing embarrassing. It's just now I got to sort through a bunch of, is it that one? Nope. Is it that one? Nope. It's this one. So we'll go picture in picture again. This is a poem from Billy Collins. I'm going to cheat over here and read. Actually, I'm going to take a sip of water. My pipes, they're dry. Today, by Billy Collins. My shirt's riding up. It's turning into a halter. That's not the poem. If ever there were a spring day so perfect, so uplifted by a warm, intermittent breeze that it made you want to throw open all the windows in the house and unlatch the door to the canary's cage, indeed, rip the little door from its jamb, a day when the cool brick paths in the garden bursting with peonies seemed so etched in sunlight that you felt like taking a hammer to the glass paperweight on the living room end table, releasing the inhabitants from their snow-covered cottage so they could walk out, holding hands and squinting, into this larger dome of blue and white. Well, today is just that kind of day. And if you're in the Portland area, I believe, despite everything that's going on, it's been a pretty beautiful day. It was a little chilly at first, but that's a poem. I realize I'm kind of my picture-in-picture is kind of cutting off the bottom of the poem there. Anyway, that's that part of the show. I'm just looking through the thing here. I'm gonna sip here for a second. I feel like I'm going to do this thing, and I'm not going to talk about it too much. This is normally not the kind of thing I do, and I just said I wasn't going to talk about it very much. Oh, here, quick tangent. If you're trying to find something to do, if you're sheltering in place or whatever you want to call it, self-isolation, quarantine, whatever, with a couple of people, and you're trying to pass the time, you should try and read Uta Hagen's Respect for Acting. And if you want to drive people batty, just go straight to chapter 11, the basic object exercise. And this is an exercise in which you try to create a real life 2 minutes. It's an exercise in which you are trying to recreate a moment. You know, you're looking for your keys. You're not sure where you put the mail. There's something that you're looking for with some sense of urgency. Do that exercise. I like to do the one where you're trying to find your keys, and I don't tell anyone that I'm doing this exercise. And like someone in the house, usually my wife will be like, "Your keys are over there where you hung them up," and then I'm just like, "No, I'm doing an object exercise." And then like 10 minutes later, I'll do the exercise, you know, with taking the notes that I've given myself, and I'll do that exercise again. And she's like, "What in the hell are you doing? Your keys are over there." Anyway, that was a dumb Uta Hagen joke for all you actors out there. I don't know why I had that dumb smug smile. All right, I got to move some things here because I will need the reflective orb for this. Actually, for this, I don't know how this is going to go. For the two people out there who think they know what I'm going to do right now, you're right and you're wrong. You'll probably be able to figure it out. All right. So far away, doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face at my door. It doesn't help to know that you're just time away. Long ago I reached for you and there you stood. Holding you again would only do me good. How I wish I could, but you're so far away. One more song about moving along the highway. Can't say much of anything that's new. Trouble spot coming up. If only I could work this life out my way. Oh, say, hang on. If only I could work this life out my way. I'd rather spend it being close to you. But you're so far away. Doesn't anybody stay in one place anymore? It would be so fine to see your face at my door. It doesn't help to know that you're just time away. I want to thank Misty, Nicole, Ashley. I want to thank everyone for joining. I have no idea how this is going to end. I apologize for messing that little part up there at the end. My name is Big Ed Barnham. I've enjoyed the last 45 minutes on the dot, if I stop right now, but I'll do one more. And I don't have the lyric cheat sheet up for this one yet. Every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. A love like yours will surely come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day it's a getting faster. Everyone says go ahead and ask her. A love like yours will surely come my way. Hey, hey, hey. Every day seems a little longer. Every day love's a little stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love for me? Every day seems a little longer. Every way love's a little stronger. Come what may, do you ever long for true love for me? Every day it's a getting closer, going faster than a roller coaster. A love like yours will surely come my way. A love like yours will surely come my way. And today, I think it did. I'm Big Ed Barnham. Thank you very much.